Hey everybody. Is chipping really all that important? Well, around 15 to 20%. That's how often tour pros miss the green from 100 yards out. So if they need to know how to chip, so do we. Today I'm going to go over two key things to help make sure that your setup is correct and allows you to basically be more consistent when you miss the green and you need to get up and down. So the first thing I want you to think about is I want you to think of your chipping shot as a different type of swing. That'll probably help make a lot of this make sense. We have a different swing when we hit a full shot. We have a different swing when we're hitting bunker shots, different swing and setup. Putting, we set up differently. So I want you to think of chipping that way because hopefully it'll make it easier to transition. The first thing I want you to avoid is setting up to a chip like you're going to hit a full swing. One of the main things I'm talking about here is look at my feet. I'm about shoulder width apart. So this is not ideal for chipping. And here's the reason why. When I set up, if I've got this wide stance here and I'm square to the target, well, when I take this chip, I want you to watch the club head in my hands. Look how jammed I am here. You can just imagine, like, I can't do a whole lot and the club wants to be open and cut across. So that's the big main thing, is you're just jamming yourself. In a full swing, when you think about it, you get a full turn and your hips clear and your hips are out of the way, so you can swing that club down the path. Well, you don't have the opportunity to do that in a chip here. So don't set up, first off, with a wide stance like you would for a full swing. You're really setting yourself up for some challenges. So how I want you to get used to setting up for chipping is to get yourself comfortable. Instead of a big wide stance, this is very much a feel shot. You don't need the stability because you're not taking a full swing. So I want you to get your feet much closer together. You don't have to be touching, but I want you to kind of take a look at. So my feet right here are probably inside my shoulders, something nice and comfortable. And this is a really important reason why. The width of your stance will actually impact how shallow your plane is when you're going through the target. So having that narrow stance here is really comfortable. My weight's right over the center line of my mass, which is in line with the ball. Now I have this stroke and just hit some practice shots with it, just up and down. And you'll notice there's a very fine line where you're impacting the ground and where you can feel the bounce of the club. It's very clean, and you can pick the ball. If you want to know how people hit those really spinny wedges, this is an important part of it. If you're also trying to hit chips out of rough, a wide stance is not going to be a good idea because it will promote that shallow path, and you don't want your club dragging through a bunch of rough before the ball. You want to be able to get to the ball and hit down on the ball. So really, really important key. Just get the feet together. Close, I should say. Nice and comfortable. And the next thing really is just being able to let it go, and that almost went in. But then just pick that clean. But when you're chipping, setup is really, really important. If you're setting up like you would for a full shot, you're really kind of hurting yourself. Think of it as a different shot with a different setup. And do me a really big favor if you could hit that like and subscribe button. So the second thing is probably the most important thing, and it's ball position. Now, I'm not referring to how far back or how far forward you're playing it. Have fun with that. Like, you can play with different shots and really see what you like and feel comfortable with it. I'm specifically referring to how far you're standing from the ball. So again, going back to not playing these like a full swing. If this is how far I am normally when I'm hitting a full wedge, well, this doesn't work for chipping. Again, it's a different shot. This is too far away. The heel's down on the ground, and it's just not a full swing. You don't need to do that. If you want to make your life easier with it, you're going to stand closer to the ball when you're hitting chips. So that's kind of how you can imagine it. So getting closer to the ball, an easy thought is you can think handle up, toe down. So the handle's going to feel a little bit higher. The toe of the club's going to feel a little bit down into the ground. But I'm closer to the ball here because when I take this back, it's just a natural up and down, up and down. So I'm hitting a chip. I'm not getting anything. I'm not having to make a big rotation and hit a full swing. So handle up, toe down, closer to the ball. Just a clean chip coming off of it. So those are really important setup features though. Like, you can play with so many different things on how you want to feel ball forward, back, but get your feet together because that's going to help you have a more descending blow. You're going to get ball first, but that's how you can even hit those spinny shots. And watch any of the pros that you like watching. Watch them hit pitches and chips. They all do this. They're all feet closer to here. That's why. But then also get closer to the ball. Don't be out where you would be on a full swing. It's too far away. Get yourself close, just up and down. Ball first. Have fun. I bet you're going to chip better.